we go again.
Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
Yeah, bro.
Hey man, so I'm always on. I told you I'm a big fan of TikTok, man, and TikTok always seems to um find a way to entertain me a brand new way every single time. I saw something that was interesting. They got a trend on there now where you go through and you look at your old high school, right? And you just put in your high school name on there, and it tells you they give you whatever the latest
Mhm.
hashtag and news is about the school, whatever. So someone basically had put a pivot on this thing, put a little twist to it though, man. And they put in JD Vance high school yearbook well, and he headset came on up. And I know we don't talk about politics no more though. We try to shy away from it. It is to die for if you ever go down that rabbit hole. I do have one question for you though, man. Separately.
What's up?
Um did you see what was up with uh Stefon Diggs, bro?
Um, I heard whispers. I seen the tea leaves. I guess apparently, he had said some dude had stole some clothes and stuff like that, and was saying that and this dude had released a bunch, like 100 pages worth of text messages of different stuff, claiming that Stefon Diggs had some male upon male relations and allegedly. And Stefon Diggs basically said, like, nah, this dude got all these clothes for me, whoopty whoopty whoop. And so then of course people was like, well, how did he get close enough to get your clothes? Uh so I mean, I've seen, like I said, the tea leaves. I've seen people having the allegations out there about his personal intertwining live of his male upon male activities outside the football field.
Let me ask you this though, right? Because here's the thing about it. Hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, because people thought like I don't know what this is the thing that I'm curious about because I got so many questions, though, right? I got questions because for one, I'm curious to know what is their relationship, right? I think this dude, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's a stylish. I mean, he's a stylish fashion dude. I'm gonna assume that that's the case. But I think that what's interesting is that, to your point, people start going through the history and they're pulling up a lot of pictures with these two together. And so it kind of implies to me that they are friends, at least friends on some level. It seems like it's more than just a, hey, you're my stylist, I'm going to you, whatever, whatever. So I don't know. So my questions would be I would love to know the depth of their relationship. But hypothetically, though, right? Somebody could go through and find a bunch of pictures of me and you together, though, right? We've been boys for over 30 years, all right. So
Mm.
yeah, there are lots of pictures that someone can do some digging and find out that that's the case, though. But here's one of the things that I think is crazy. When they released all the messages, one of the ones that came out was them saying, "Come over here and get your ass busted." Now, listen, listen, Ace. When you hear that term, what do you think of right off the cap, right off the cuff?
Well, if they're boys, then I would think they would be talking about, like, get on the video game.
Okay, hooping or something, right? We about to
Yeah,
hoop.
yeah,
Come on here and get your ass busted. Like, yeah. That's the thing that
yeah,
got
yeah.
me the most, though, bro. Yeah, but I
Right.
just
But
kept
here's the
thinking,
thing,
like,
though. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no. So I think that the part that got me the most on this situation is that I don't know enough about him and to know, does homeboy play basketball like that? Does he hoop? Is he a hooper? Does he play the video games though? Does he get on Call of Duty or does he play 2K?
2K, Madden, like that. That's a easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes talk noise like that. So that
I can see that.
I don't know. I guess for me, bro, I can understand if, let's just say, if there was hypothetically an external relationship that's beyond a friendship. I can understand why Stefon Diggs might not want that to come out, just because even though this is 2026 and people are living their best life and whatever they doing, he's a professional athlete. He still had a very public relationship with Cody. So it's like, I understand it, but at the same time, why do we care? Like, it's just like, I, I don't know. It to me, it's just not that really that big of a deal. But I guess I understand his profession and, people's stigmas of, that particular sport and how that might come across. But because, I mean, we haven't really seen a successful athlete that has openly said they were gay and it worked out well for them, because even with, all the other ones, they didn't stay in the leagues long. So that's why I said I can understand why he would want to keep it private. So then you can have a defamation suit on your hands.
Well, here's my thing. This is the part that I have that I think that I'm curious about. I don't know anything about this dude until this came on up. Apparently, he was also associated with the boy Take Davis as well. But I think that, to your point, right? It's never, when the guy Michael Sam came out during the draft, he got drafted, but at the same time, he never played. I don't, as far as I know, never played a regular season snap. He's been out there. And Stefon Diggs is a free agent, right? So I think that he does have something to lose by, he ain't gonna just come out when people say, "Oh, why can't you just go ahead and say that or whatever?" But I am curious though, man, because it's like if this dude is saying, "No, I'm straight," he's trying to get at me like that. Then I'm just like, wait a minute now, bro. What are we talking about here, though, bro? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, though, bro. Not that I'm invested into this whole thing, but it does spark a lot of questions in mind. But that being said, let's get that music on, though, bro.
Let's get it, because we sure forgot it last time.
Yes.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
If you smell what the rock. It doesn't matter what your name is.
And listen, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and our Facebook page, as well as our TikTok page and our Twitch page. We out here live on all platforms at the same time. Whenever you click on the notification, you click on the bell, you get the heads up whenever your boys is doing their thing. Ace Kennedy. World Cup is over though, bro. What you think?
You said what?
I'm sorry. World Cup is over. What you think, bro?
Man, very disappointed. Very disappointed. I wanted Argentina to pull it out so bad. What's crazy is the kid who's on Spain. I can't think of his name. Yamin something. Anyway, their main player, Messi, actually held him as a baby. His family had won this contest. And so there's a picture floating around when Messi was probably like 18, 19 years old and was holding this kid as a baby. And here it was, they were playing in the World Cup together, and then they ended up winning.
That's dope. That's real dope.
Yeah, real dope. But I just still think, man, outside of, them not winning, it really showed how dope Messi was, bro. Like, he the truth, bro. He's that dude, bro. It's real spectacular to watch.
I think that this is my thing as a very casual, and when I say I'm not going to say casual, as a less than casual soccer fan, it definitely told me that as cool as it is, though, it's gonna keep me as a casual fan, though, bro. I can't. I couldn't be I couldn't be more invested in soccer outside of it of national interest, right? Like when it's the World Cup, when it's the Olympics and stuff like that. I could do those, but I couldn't see myself saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lock into international soccer now," or and like I don't see myself joining the international fandom of it, although it does make me appreciate people who are fans of it on that level, right? I can understand why to somebody else they would look at it the way we look at football, right, or basketball.
Well, for me, I think it did the opposite. I think while I never was seeking out the internet, like the the regular clubs, I'm more interested now in looking into the clubs, like finding a team to latch on to. And I think, even MLS, maybe start catching some of those games because I really enjoyed the competition. It really reinvigorated my love for soccer so much so that I started playing again. Uh, like I loved how excited everybody else was. It was a conversational piece, like people. So yeah, I'm here for it, bro. I think it's super dope, and yeah, I'm ready to watch as much soccer as I can.
I think for me, man, I'm gonna keep it tall with you, bro. I'm only interested. My only interest in soccer is probably Atlanta United. Still, I'm a homer when it comes to that. I don't know how good they are or not because, like you said, in MLS, I only see them talking about Messi. So I think that that's where my interest there stops. And I think if I'm not mistaken, man, I think that Austin is either supposed to have an MLS team coming on up or something like that. I think I saw something somewhere that said that they would though, man. And I'd be interested in that though, bro. But that's about it for me though, bro.
So we're building a new stadium out here. Russ is actually a part of the build. Russ, Baker Mayfield, and there's a gymnast. Excuse me, I don't know her name, but Oklahoma's getting a team called Oklahoma United. So I'm super excited about that. Definitely trying to go see that when that jumps off, bro. Got to get me a jersey. Got to get matter of fact, I get the custom OKC Oklahoma United jersey. It's got Kennedy the
Of course.
23 on it. Got to do it. Got to do it. Got to do it. Yeah.
Now, you know what though? I'll tell you this though. The one thing I've always thought that was dope was the Goldies jerseys though, bro. Like I would wear a Goldies jersey regular, like the same way how I got my hockey jersey. I've always liked Goldie jerseys, and I would get me a Goldie jersey though, bro. I would
Yeah,
get
that's
the
sweet.
what's the United States teams the Goldie what's the light skinned dude.
Oh man, I just saw a
He was
video
on a
with him.
commercial. I saw him in a commercial recently though,
Well,
bro.
he trained what's Travis Kelsey's brother's name?
Jason Kelsey.
Yeah, so he was training to try to be a keeper, and they brought him in to train him, and I forgot dude name, but I know who you talking about, bald head dude, right? Light
Yeah.
skin. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like the old to me, he's up there with like Landon Donovan. Like as far as the faces that I associate with American soccer, he's one of them though, bro.
See, easily for me is Hope Solo, bro.
Hope Solo as well. Yeah. Because I think that's one of the dopest names I've ever heard in my entire lifetime, bro.
Right. It seemed like she would be the
Yeah.
daughter of Han Solo, bro.
Oh my gosh, I think about it all the time though, bro. She seems like her name. Somebody had her and thought, "Hey man, hey, Star Wars, here we come though." It's a dope name. It's a real like I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like I think when I think of names, Someone told me they thought my last name specifically was a real dope last name though, man. And when people hear it, it's always a conversation behind it or whatever. Hope Solo got to be up there with one of the dopest government names I think I've heard in some time though, bro.
Yeah, because it sounds like a pseudo name or
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's a handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what name like just randomly all of a sudden sounds like a cool name is Remington.
Remington.
Yeah, and because you would call him Remy. You know what
Call
I'm
him
saying?
Remy.
Yeah, I don't know. It just that seems like a prestigious name, but I really like it though.
I know someone named Remy, but I don't know if his name is Remington. I think his name might just be Remy for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah,
And listen, he can hoop and he raps too, though, bro. He's pretty dope at both of them.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so you got the CM Punk shirt on, bro. You've been keeping up with the WWE?
Not like I want to though, bro. And let me tell you, I I've been trying to, man. I never but this. I never get a chance to catch it on Monday, so I'm always watching the playback, and I have not watched the one from yesterday yet, though.
Well, I mean, I was interested if you knew what was going on storyline wise. SummerSlam is coming up, is why I'm asking. And
But there's no SummerSlam. Yeah, I know SummerSlam's coming. The one thing I did see, I saw what I thought was funny. I saw that CM Punk and Cody Rhodes has got their match at SummerSlam. I thought it was funny that they went in the ring and held the arm, and Cody Rhodes held his arm on up, and then when CM Punk put the belt on and hit Cody in the face, I thought that was hilarious, though, bro. Absolutely hilarious, though, man.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a good one. And then of course on the opposite end of the spectrum for the World Heavyweight Championship, it's the Shield brothers going up against each other.
Hey, I told you this the other day when I saw the social media post. God, I always remember Seth Rollins being good on the mic, and that's what I thought at the time. Immediately separated him from the rest of the Shield and a lot of wrestlers, though, right? Because I think that to me, it's not always enough that you can wrestle really good, right? Like Cesaro was a fantastic A grade wrestler.
Cesaro.
But he just unfortunately didn't have that caliber of mic skill. Seth Rollins had it. But dog, I was just like, where the hell did Roman Reigns get so good and comfortable on the mic? I saw him flaming Seth Rollins, though, bro. Flaming him. And I was just like, yo, he was giving him bars, though, bro. Bars. And I was just like, what? I almost thought that Roman Reigns was gonna turn into like Brock Lesnar, where he just has Paul Heyman and has a handler speak on his behalf, though, bro. But now, I think if more than anything here recently, though, man, I've been thoroughly impressed with Roman Reigns on the mic.
All right,
It's been great,
Let me answer that, but first I gotta acknowledge, boy, you are such a WWE fan. You will not let go of people old names on WWE because that boy Cesaro, formerly Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli.
Can't call him that. I can't. I can't. I can't. I don't. I call.
You call my boy John Moxley. You call Mox Dean Ambrose.
I called him still. He's still Dean Ambrose to me, though, bro. I can't. I can't. Like it's when I see the face, it's my initial thought.
The only person who don't get that pat, like the only person who, no matter where he go, and I know WWE won't let him hold his name, but he gonna always be Edge. He gonna always be Edge.
Daniel Bryan?
No, because that man' real name is Bryan Danielson.
I know, but he's still Daniel Bryan to me, though, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying. You such a W.
Edge and Christian.
Yeah, but Christian is Christian over there, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's always gonna be Christian, just Christian to me, though, bro. It's like to me.
But he's Christian in AEW, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but my thing is this though, man. Like to me, certain people can't be something else. Like Ric Flair can't just go over there and say, "Nah, my name is Flair Rick." Like, nah, you Ric Flair. Charlotte Flair. She's like all I know them as is that. And so it's like it'd be different if you came from TNA or came to AEW to WWE, and then it's like, okay, well, boom, all right, you got some history. Now, if all I know you're originally from is that, then that's it. He's not Moxley to me. I know I may call him Moxley every once in a while, but he's still Dean Ambrose, bro. And what I think is crazy is John Moxley is a cooler name. It is way better of a wrestling name. I stayed at a
And he
hotel
has more.
before called him
He got
Moxley.
more. He's got more history as Mox than he do as Dean
I totally
Ambrose.
do. I totally do. But
Okay,
but when
so
I first saw him, he was Dean Ambrose.
so what do you call Ricky that just came from AEW?
Who the hell's Ricky?
He looks kind of like a skinny rock. He even
I
got,
hate him anyway. Get him out of here, bro. I don't call him nothing. That's
what's his
it.
name?
I don't call
What's his
him.
name?
I don't know.
You know his name.
Rick,
Stop playing.
no,
What's
I
his
don't.
name?
I don't know his name. I swear to God, I don't know his name.
You never knew his name was Ricky Stark.
Oh yeah. Ricky Stark. Yeah. He's always gonna be Ricky Stark. What is his name now?
Ricky Saint.
No way. I barely knew his name before.
You
Swear.
knew his name, bro. Don't play.
Nah, I barely knew it before though, bro. I certainly am not gonna he might if he stayed in WWE for 6 years, I might be able to call him Ricky Sink or whatever his name is. But nah, I didn't know him like that though, bro. Nah, I swear. But it's just like was the boy Swerve, Big Swerve in WWE?
Big Swerve.
What's your boy Swerve? Swerve
Swerve
Strickland.
Strickland? Yeah,
Yeah.
Swerve Strickland was in WWE.
Was he Swerve Strickland in WWE?
Yes.
Okay, then that's cool. Well, yeah, that's cool. I'm good with him keeping his name.
Yeah,
There.
Swerve Strickland was in the reason why you ain't know him in WWE because he was in NXT. They brought up their whole group. Their whole group got let go.
Yeah.
And then he went to AEW and became a main eventer. He was like so mid card over in WWE. He went to WWE.
I like him a lot too, though, bro.
Oh,
I
yeah,
look
Swerve.
at him and listen, I look at him, and of all the people that I think that WWE just completely fumbled on and mishandled, he's probably number one on the list to me.
Oh, yeah,
Number two is Ricochet.
yeah. The only thing is Ricochet is still kind of in the mid card over there too. That sucks so bad because he should be fighting up against Will Ospreay and Moxley.
Yes.
He should be fighting
Yes.
against all of them, or at least put him in a dope tag team to have him going up against the Young Bucks, something. But they still kind of got him in the mid card too.
I do, man, but I think that here's my thing about it. While I think that he's in the mid card, I think that his matches are just better. There's so much better matches, and I think that you totally see the talent. Whereas to in WWE, you only see flashes of the talent, though, bro.
Yeah,
So
that's because
um,
the matches in WWE are just more spectacle, whereas there is definitely more technical wrestling over in. For instance, Ray Phoenix, where he been?
yeah, so he went on over there to WWE, and now he not that he got scrubbed out, but he ain't like they had him in AEW. And listen, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's like to me, you know what they do? It's I think that if you're not, and this is going back to Vince, right? If you're not heavyweight, they treat you like the Finn Balor, though, bro. Where it's like, all right, yeah, you can wrestle, but I think that to me, it still feels like in WWE for you to get top billing, it's like the eye test. The eye test has to say that the bigger, stronger, faster guy should be the champion. And the guy who's the bigger, stronger, faster guy who talks the best. That's it though, man. And I think that a lot of the ricochets and everything like that have all of they may be more talented though, bro. But I think that it's just hard for to me for WWE to sell you that Finn Balor at 205 pounds can beat Roman Reigns, right? That's why I think that Vince always looked at that, or that Finn Balor can beat Brock Lesnar, right? Or the boy, what's his name? Or Obi. Like at some point, man, Finn Balor's gonna just be just mid card though, bro.
Well, another person I'm gonna give you credit for that I probably can't call him, even though that's his real name, Nick Nemeth.
I don't even know who that is, bro.
Dolph Ziggler, bro.
Oh my gosh, no. That's his real name too.
Yeah, his brother's name is Ryan Nemeth. That's Nick Nemeth, and he actually had the belt just recently too. He's over at TNA.
Listen, I can understand why they call him Dolph Ziggler, because not the Dolph Ziggler, I thought it sucked as a good name. It's better than his real name to me, and it's better than him just being called Nicky when he was part of the cheer squad, though, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so back to your original statement of Roman Reigns. Bro, ever since John Cena eviscerated him on the mic where he couldn't get his promos out, and John Cena was like, bro, these are promos. You got to say them. You trying to be the big dog. He said, come on, you got to get it out. Ever since then, Roman has not been phased on the mic after
that. He ain't missed, bro. I ain't seen him miss, bro. Like, I'm talking about the way that, listen, he was Lil Bro and Seth Rollins. And I always thought, bro, that Seth Rollins, like WWE clearly made him like the chosen one, though, right? And while I know that, and it's because by Mike, he was the one, he was the vocal leader of them, though, bro. And so I just think that when I saw Roman Reigns go, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It made, just when I saw Roman Reigns talking that, it definitely made me think, all right, you know, he might be moving up my all-time wrestler list now, though, bro. I think part of that held me back.
Well, you know what's crazy is because they get they actually got a video now of Roman Reigns, like a compilation of Roman Reigns' mic skills. That's how much he has improved.
Now, listen, thoroughly impressed, bro. Thoroughly impressed, though, man. I mean, I haven't seen him wrestle in a minute. I mean, it seems like, you know what I'm saying? But listen, that boy told Seth Rollins, he said, you know what they're gonna do? You win the belt. A couple of months later, you hurt again. I said, nah. And what I love the most is that I love how Seth Rollins was taking it, right?
Yeah,
and
he was selling it with his face.
Yeah, he was selling it though, bro. It was. I mean, I'm talking about creme de la creme as far as prime time.
And you can tell them two is the top two guys. Like that's what's showing to them the top guys. Because both of them, I think, were off the show recently. And it was like the second half of the show was like, yo, we need a Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins appearance or something. Just didn't have it. Yeah. What, you know what was tripping me out? Because so Jalen Brunson was at the event. Yo, he's as tall as Roman Reigns.
This is the thing I think that people listen. Jalen Brunson is about 6'1". He's about my height.
I 100. It's
right.
the same conversation.
Even then,
same conversation we had with Steph.
Yeah, Steph Curry's taller than Brunson, but you know, when you stand in 6'1" around everybody else who's 6'6" and above, yeah, you look shorter though, bro. So yeah, I did see that though, man. Yeah,
I was like, yeah, Roman had him by just a couple of inches, but yeah, Jalen was up there. I was like, dang, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. No, man, I'm trying my best to get back into wrestling because, and I'm not gonna lie though, man, they lost me when I didn't see a good rival storyline, and they completely lost my interest when New Day left out of there though. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to have the conversation with both of them. It would trip me out, bro. It tripped me out because the boy Austin Creed, formerly Xavier Woods, he gonna just I'm like, bro, ain't no cameras on me right now. We not like you could tell your boy, but he gonna try. Yeah, we haven't had no conversations. Like, stop. And then Kofi gonna be like, yeah, bro, I can't wait. Like, it's gonna be dope. He's like, yeah, it would be dope to go against the Young Bucks. So it's just like it's just the difference of keeping it real, bro. I was just like, okay, that boy was keeping it corporate on me.
Dang, man. Nah, I'm not. I think that's cool though. I mean, plus, I mean, you saw your boy Cody out there in OKC.
I did see Cody in OKC. I saw him twice. Was just crazy how close I was to him. But I should have yelled Cody Raheem.
Cody Raheem. I think Cody Raheem is hilarious, bro.
If I would have said Cody Raheem, he would have turned around. But I said American Nightmare. But it was a spur of the moment because I couldn't get my camera up in time because I would have had that on camera. That would have been dope. But anyway, it was
listen,
dope.
I think you know what's funny. I'm gonna tell you this. What I didn't know, and I learned this from the TikTok community, the black people on TikTok. I think Cody is the most accepted white wrestler of all time, apparently. But do you know who number 2 is?
I thought Cena.
And when I say white, no. I'm talking about white wrestlers who you associate with black people stuff. John Cena, because he came out there with the music, that's all cool. But do you know who the number 2 is as far as just being spotted with black people doing black people stuff?
Randy Orton.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know that at all, though, bro. I've seen so many people post pictures, and I'm thinking, like, wait a minute, is he like married or dating a black girl? I always see people post videos or pictures with Bret the Hitman Hart, and he's always with a black woman, though, bro. Yeah. But Cody and them calling him Cody Raheem is probably being accepted universally. I can't think of. I think that Cody's more accepted than John Cena, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think so. It's people just adopt him as one of us. People love and like John Cena, but not like that. And I think that people now are claiming Bret Hart later on in these years as one of us, though, bro. If they did the race draft like on Dave Chappelle, we might be willing to trade the Canadians Bret Hart for somebody, bro.
All right. So what we got, man? We didn't talk soccer, we didn't talk wrestling. There was some. Oh man, let's get into the top story. We might as well get into it. No, before we get to the top story, Avengers Doomsday, the trailer.
Incredible. It's what I've been looking for, bro. It's the kind. Listen, and I'm gonna tell you this though, man. Here's the one thing that to me, what makes the Marvel universe such a like it moves the needle so much because when I saw it, bro, I was excited for the movie. Right now I want to go still see Odyssey, and there have been movies that I've gone to see, but in terms of excitement, bro, nothing excites me like seeing a Marvel movie though. But this one brought back Infinity Wars feel. This one brought back Winter Soldier feel to me. This one brought back them ones that I really like, Black Panther, Civil War. Like these gave me those kind of feels. And with respect to Supergirl and the DC universe and everything like that, they don't quite do it for me like these Marvels do, though, bro.
Okay, what excited you the most in the trailer?
Well, what I love the most, the part that I thought that it was the exciting thing. I'm gonna be honest. When I saw Captain America come back, I thought that was like, oh, that was that moment. But then also when I saw the boy Doomsday just kind of when he tried to hit him with the joint, it was just like so now it has me thinking like, okay, well, what is his, how do you get him? Like, and I'm curious because if he survived that and he made that, that's almost like how what's my boy?
Thanos.
Thanos, yes. It's like I thought Thanos was the most powerful I had ever seen. And now this is like a next level. So how do you defeat that though, bro?
Well, what's crazy is because what's crazy is because that same move is what he did on Thanos in Infinity War. That same exact move is what he did on Thanos, except for this time he was going for the head because he learned his lesson, right? And all he did was put his fingers up. So Doomsday is that dude. Doomsday pulled Thanos' skeleton out in the comics. They say Doomsday is the dopest Marvel villain ever. Like he is the guy. You know, he's a tactician, he's a magician, he thinks 3 steps ahead. He literally is unbeatable. So that is the question, because he's gonna be in 2 movies. He's gonna be in so far that we know of, he is in Doomsday, obviously, and then he'll also be in Secret Wars. That's one of the coolest things that I think I saw too, was the fact that Thor had no power against him. And it kind of reminds me of when in the beginning when Thor fought Thanos and Thanos just handled him quickly. That's what it feels like to me. It was cool to see Cap. What I was kind of amazed with how much Shuri was in the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So, and then of course you see all the groups kind of joining together. We saw Gambit fighting Shang-Chi.
I like that you saw the newer face, like the new old faces, right? I think that I like that you saw the X-Men and how they were finally merging the two. I know that they did that in the Wolverine and Deadpool, but as far as I recall, and you can keep me honest on this one, I think that it's the first that I've seen them really cross in this type of movie.
Actually, the first time that they crossed, and I know why you would think that that was the first time. The first time they actually crossed is in the Marvels, because Maria Shambro, whatever her name is, she got transported into another world, and that's where Beast was at. And it was Beast. It was Beast from that X-Men class that we knew. With Frazier playing Beast.
Yeah. No, not like I said, not mad at though, bro. I love it though, man. I'm very much excited. Like it's the must see movie for me for the rest of the year, though, man.
Yeah. Well, you ain't that excited for Spider-Man though?
Well, yeah, Spider-Man's definitely that. It's definitely that one though, man. So Spider-Man, and this is it. But it's one of the things though. So like like everybody for some, I don't know how they're not, but it's like everybody isn't necessarily into like the comic book movies, and that's always kind of weird to me. The people who've never seen any, when I'm just like, listen, these are clearly like the best cinema that I've seen, though, bro. So Spider-Man. I wasn't excited to see the Supergirl, and I think that's still unfortunate that it's kind of flopping the way that it seemed like it's probably doing. But I wasn't I don't know, man. That just because I didn't see the kind of presentation and the rollout of it. Like this. I guess it wasn't on my radar like that. I still haven't seen it though, bro. But Spider-Man, sure, Spider-Man and this one, top. These are 1 and 2, but this is clearly the one over Spider-Man, though.
Yeah, I did see the Odyssey this past weekend, and it was good. I give it an 8 out of 10 right now. I'm still processing it. See, I was one of those people that I didn't study the Odyssey in school. I didn't know the story. I'm fresh on like whatever I see is what I know. But it was cool seeing people, because there's a lot of talented people in there, a lot of A-listers. Wow. And it was cool for them not to take me out of the scene. Like, I'm so used to seeing Tom Holland as Spider-Man that I thought I was going to see him as Spider-Man. And that wasn't that wasn't the case. He was literally,
Man.
and then even Matt Damon, like he was Odysseus in there, and you know, there's some other people in there that I'm not gonna spoil because I mean, like I said, people that popped up all over the place. I thought it was dope, but they did this one thing that was really cool. There's a character in there, big dude, and his helmet keeps his face covered to where you can't see who it is. But there is a scene where his helmet comes off and you still don't see his face. And I thought that was dope that they kept him hidden like that the whole time. Because I'm like, who is that dude? Big dude, though. The dude was huge.
You know, I think that you just pointed out something though, man. I think that, you know, as many times as I've seen all of the movies that Matt Damon's been in, I never look at him like he's Jason Bourne or anyone. I always look at him like he is whoever he is for that particular role. Yeah, that character. I never look at him as the same person.
Right. I get that. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was pretty buff too.
Yeah. No, they listen. He got jacked for that last couple of Jason Bournes too, though, man. So I knew that he could, though, man. So nah. I think that it's pretty dope, man. Definitely excited to watch that one, though, man. I'm hoping to go ahead and check that out this week, though.
The last Matt Damon movie I saw though was him and Ben Affleck on the Netflix joint.
Yeah. Same here. It was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the top story, bro. ESPN just recently had a bunch of layoffs, and the big one, even though there were a bunch of people that were let go, a bunch of names and no names, like people, recognizable names and non-recognizable names. And, you know, shout out to all their families and hope that they can get a turnaround quick or whatever. But one of the big ones that caught a bunch of people's attention was Ryan Clark. Not so much that he got fired, which that was an issue too, but more so how he was fired. The big controversy was, I guess they were saying that someone leaked that he was going to be fired, and while he was on air, they were so concerned that he might get a text message or see a Twitter post or something that they had to go ahead and let him go in the middle of the show during a commercial break. So what are your thoughts on all of the information above?
Okay, listen. I think that it's crazy to me. If you knew that he was going to get let go yesterday or over the weekend, you could have already told him that so that way he didn't even come on up there. That way you avoid everything, right? I think that I can understand that they said, well, we did that to protect him so that he wouldn't get it and hear it somewhere else first. I think at some point you also protected because you ain't know what he might do at the same time, though, bro. You ain't want him to wild out, so you protected yourself, though. I think that regardless of how you want to spin it, you protected yourself. But I think that it's always unfortunate. You know what I think that's even more surprising to me because you brought up that Cam Newton was part of the ones that got let go, but
Mhm.
more than anything, though, bro, Carl Ravage got let go. Carl Ravage has been on ESPN almost all my life, bro.
Dang.
He was like one of the last. Yeah, Carl Ravage was one of the last ones from like the Chris Berman era, the Scott Van Pelt era. He's from way back with them, and ever since I've ever been watching Sports Center, bro, he's been on ESPN though, bro. Like, yeah, man, like that's the thing that I think that's even more surprising because he's done it all from little league baseball to college baseball to he called games for MLB. I think that's the part that tripped me out. And like I say, he was one of the original ESPN anchors from when I first started watching it.
Mhm.
So not to just, I think that it is unfortunate that Ryan Clark got let go basically while he's mid-air. That's jacked. But Carl Ravage, though, is the one that I think to me is the most shocking thing, though, bro.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think everybody who lost their job, it just sucks. But I it is the how, because you got to
Yeah.
think at least Cam Newton was probably already at the crib and just was like, all right, you know. And I think the other part of it is I you know, not to count nobody's pockets, but I do think Ryan Clark immediately is going to be the one who's going to bounce back pretty quick because he already owns his own podcast and they can pivot, no pun intended, and start, you know, they could broadcast daily almost and turn that into a sports network in the beginning and still do their normal podcast stuff in the way that they do it. So they can flip it pretty quickly if that's the direction they decide to go in. But you know, go ahead.
I agree with you, man. I think that the part that I think that the part that is interesting to me though, man, is that there are some people who I remember seeing. Like I remember like Bart Scott also was one that got let go. And I thought that he was pretty solid though during that whole time though, man. I thought he was a good like editor. So I don't, you never know what their criteria is when they let go people though, man. But I think that one of the things that is interesting is this though, man. Like you and I kind of were almost having this conversation. It's just like, okay, well, Stephen A. Smith is a mainstay on there, right? But at the same time, I know that he likes to talk about his pool and rank and all this other stuff. All right, bro. Well, what's the flex then? Is your flex that you still there, or is it your flex gonna be the now you saving people?
Well, he jumped on out there and put his Ryan Clark video out there, and he, giving all the accolades, and that's my brother, and he's like, and management knows that I'm not happy with their decision. But it's just like, it's weird to me because he will be quick to flex on how long, this show has been on, like ESPN First Take has been on for 14 years, number one, blah, 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 and I this and I that. He'll really flex that, but then when something happens like this, then he like, well, I'm not in charge. I'm not one of the bosses. It's just weird. It feels weird. And nobody's ever gonna be happy with everything Stephen A does. I get it, but it just feels weird because, like I said, that's his man's though. That like he likes to claim.
Yeah, I think that's always a thing. And then, I think that because part of the reason why I think that he gets that, because he's the executive producer of the show as well, right? So he gets to basically see who the talent is that's going to appear on the show, who the associations were. So that's the reason why I'm thinking like, all right, well, listen, maybe his pool is being able to see who from whoever the signed talent is gets to appear on his show. And maybe that's what it is, though, bro. But now, I listen. Now that I think about it, I can see why somebody would question him, but I can also see why it's unfortunate for him at the same time. It's like if you're the big fish, like you say you are, then sure you can't save everybody, but at the same time, it really shows to me the limitations of his pool. Like it really tells me more that yeah, you might be the big fish while you're there, but it isn't where you just have this autonomous pool where you can do whatever. Nah, you can't. Nah, it just if they make the decisions, you got to go along with it. And to me, you make the best of their decisions, though, bro.
Right, because now Ryan Clark was mostly what on the NFL program that they do, and
Yeah.
they got what two Emmys recently off of it. So it's just like, what is their criteria? And I don't know what the mouse got going on, but what is their criteria up there as far as like for them to keep whoever they want to keep? That's what's interesting to me.
I think that to me, a lot of it got to be. I'm going to assume as well that a lot of it has to do with salaries, right? So they may be like, listen, man, we try to trim some of the fat off the talent. So they might look at some of the salary. Listen, bro. This is one of the things that I am always tripped at because we always talk about this when it comes to the players in live in sports. All right, how is this? This is my thing. I'd be curious to know from you. do you see this any differently? Because let's just say that when you sign your contract, you say, boom, this is it though. You got a 4-year deal. And then ESPN says, yeah, about that. We kind of got this clause in your contract. We're gonna go ahead and let you go within the 2 years. Is this any differently to you than what NFL teams and what NBA teams can do, and us being very much pro player?
No, this isn't different. That's where the guarantees come in at. Like, hopefully, it's like even if you get fired, because I believe Ryan Clark is still gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? But he just fired. So I think it just depends on the guarantee money. Like, I think all of that stuff is relative.
Mm. Yeah, I think that the other thing too, man, that is interesting to me, uh, is that like David Lloyd. These is people who, like I said, David Lloyd's been on. It has been since we were in high school. David Lloyd was on ESPN, bro. I think that it's very unfortunate. Like I said, they've had layoffs, and it seems like they have every 2 years, bro. Like in between there, they have these assessments, and then they have their layoffs, and it's a very routine thing. But it also tells you that, I mean, hey, ESPN probably has hundreds of people listed on their roster for talent, though, right? And so, I mean, I could see how you just might gotta trim the fat if you ain't hitting numbers. Never mind the fact that Ryan Clark then won an Emmy and help you get your numbers. If the numbers overall are low now, you thinking like, well, what about when he was helping you do your numbers, though, bro? So that's the stuff that makes me mad. It's like when you have a layoff and you lay off staff that also helped you get to certain heights, and now you might be a little stagnant. So rather than you just keep everybody and stand pat, you let go to help you beat certain bottom line numbers. That's kind of the problem I have with corporate work, though, bro.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like I said, I wish everybody the best. Cam is also somebody that can bounce back because he has his own stuff too. And, he ain't been working there for that long. So, that was kind of, again, not counting pockets, but extra money for him.
Yeah,
So, yeah, unfortunate. It's always
very, very.
like, especially when you get like, because it's like for some reason WWE does those large layoffs, and then ESPN does these large layoffs, and it's
Yeah.
so public. Yeah,
Well, and that's the other thing too. I think that the unfortunate thing about when it comes to WWE and they have their layoffs is at the end of the day for WWE, you only have 3 screens, right? You got 3 screens. You got NXT, one TV screen. You got SmackDown, one screen, and Raw, one screen. And so at the end of the day, if you got 100 people on talent, how can you fit these 100 people into 6 hours of programming total, right? Because NXT, let's say NXT might be 2 hours, SmackDown Raw 3 hours. So even let's say that's the case, so you got 8 hours of TV time. And how can you fit all of these people in there? So to me, I think that WWE trimming their talent roster down kind of makes more sense when I think that if anything, it what doesn't make sense is you signing people. You know what I'm saying? And when you know you don't have the room and roster like that, though, man. I think sometimes they sign people to keep you away from other people, though, bro.
it very much could be that. It very much
Yeah.
could be that. Yeah. What you got up for the week?
Man, so this week, man, I listen. I now that I have finally finished the masters of my boy, the fresh shape boss, I'm looking to go ahead and do the last couple of tweaks to my boy PBR. And so that this week, man, I can go ahead and finally get back to finishing off these songs that I have, though, man. I think, bro, that I'm 2 songs that I gotta submit, and then I'm done, though, bro, for the whole album. And I think at this point, though, man, I think that it's just going to be a matter of me trying to figure out the marketing for it. But I'm excited because this week, though, man, I'm planning to get back. I've been in the lab myself, but it's getting back in the lab for. I've been in the lab, but it's a matter of me getting in for myself this week, though, man. So yeah,
I get
that's
that.
it, though. What's good with you?
Still studying. I got, like I said, I got 3 songs that I'm super excited about just listening to them. I'm picking up cadences, picking up melodies, just studying so that when I go in record, it's more of a seamless process instead of what I've been doing is just recording as I go. So I don't want to do that. I kind of trying to learn the songs a little bit more so I can, when I get in there, I can knock them on out. And of course, my brain is starting to think about the State Fair, which is coming up in September. So starting to put that playlist together. So yeah, busy times. I got the national anthem coming up Friday for a boxing tournament. I got another national anthem coming up in August for a bigger boxing. I can't say bigger, a different organization for boxing. So just staying busy, bro.
As a professional national anthem singer.
Yeah, because I'll be singing the anthem in Vegas in about 2 weeks. So yeah. We're moving around.
Hey man, I love it. Love to see it, man. Let's get these people home, man.
Yep, let's get it.